Hey guys, it's me Desiree Marie, and I'm back here today with a much awaited lock Q&A. Now this is a Q&A where we talk about locks, we talk about hair care, hair maintenance. You guys ask me questions about my hair and about hair in general. So welcome back to the Lock Chat Q&A, and if you're not subscribed, definitely do subscribe. We talk about hair, I do daily vlogs, and I even give you guys a little content. I go shopping and bring my little camera around with me, and I just love to goof off on camera. So definitely join the crew and subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into the video. So I gathered up a few questions, a few awesome questions about starter locks, starting your locks, how to do different things, especially for those that are not completely sure about getting started with their locks. So I have a whole bunch of questions that I hope really answer your questions as far as maintenance and hair care and so forth. So if you guys have any answers as well that you want to add on to the answers that I provide, definitely do list them down below. Let us know what you think, your input, because this is not just a one-sided thing. I want you guys to be able to engage and comment and share in the comment section. So what I say is not law, but what I say is just the beginning of an ongoing conversation, if you kind of get my drift. All right, so the first question is, how long does your hair have to be? And I'm looking down only because I wrote it down in a book. But how long does your hair have to be in order to lock your hair? Guys, how long was your hair when you started off your locks? For me, my hair was long. I started off, my loose natural hair was about this length before it shrunk up when I did lock it. But your hair does not have to be that long at all. As long as you've got like an inch of hair, you're able to lock your hair. You can do different methods. You don't necessarily have to twist it, but you can comb coil, and you can begin with comb coils. A lot of people with short hair start with comb coils so that their hair can grow out, and it's a great method to catch the hair into lock sections without having to twist, and then it unravels and so forth. So you only need about an inch of hair, maybe half an inch, but you really don't need a whole lot. And if you plan on free-forming your hair, you don't need a whole lot of hair either. You just start with start with what you have, and eventually your hair begins to clump and form its own sections of locks. So guys, you really don't need a whole lot of hair just to start. But if you started with long hair like me, you know the struggle. That's a different level of struggle. But yeah, you don't need a whole lot of hair just to begin your lock journey. The next question is, how do you get your hair to lock? Guys, all right, so how did your hair lock? For me, my hair locked every time I washed it. I realized every time that I would wash my hair, I would see that my hair would begin to feel a little bit more like a lock. When I first had 2-strand twists, because that's how I began my lock journey, with 2-strand twists that I started myself, I realized every time that I would either squirt it with water or I would drench it with water to wash my hair, adding in the shampoo, my hair would tangle within the 2-strand twist. So that is really how your hair locks. It tangles, and each time you wet it and you wash it, it tangles even more. So when you hear pieces of advice from people that tell you not to wash your hair, beware, because that is definitely not how you lock your hair. Your hair will lock even faster if you wet it and you allow your hair texture, your curl pattern, to intertwine every time that you wash it and you wet it. So yeah, don't be afraid of water. Water is your friend. Water is the way to speed up the process, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, if you have any added on answers, definitely let this person that asked this question down below what your take is. The next question is, how often should I get my roots locked? And I guess you're talking about retwisting. How often should you retwist? In the beginning, I did retwist once a month because I was trying to get my feel, get my foot in the door as far as locking my hair, and I wanted my roots to maintain a clean feeling, only because I was also getting out of that, I was starting to get out of that mindset of always having clean parts and everything has to be neat and tidy. But you realize as long as you're locked, you realize, look, neat and tidy does not really have to be. Your hair will look neat and tidy, but you don't always need that fresh look. I know even when I was loose natural, that fresh first day hair after washing your hair was like, you know, it was very annoying because you couldn't style your hair. The fresh 2-strand twist looked fake, you know, so you kind of want your hair to roughen up a little bit. But when you're locked, retwisting your hair, in the beginning you might want to retwist once a month, maybe once every other month, but definitely do not retwist your roots every single week. Definitely look at your hair, see how your hair is growing, and retwist. You know what I would say? Retwist according to what your hair is telling you. So if your hair is in its beginning stages and it's growing all over the place and it's just a hot mess in the roots, definitely give it a retwist. That way you kind of form the lock, you chain your hair to get into the pattern of that lock and stay in that lock and not grow all matted and all over the place in the roots, because that's definitely a problem that I had in the beginning. So once a month is okay for starting locks. But now, guys, look at my hair. Don't look at my build up. I'm still working on that. That's a video yet to come. But look at my roots. Actually, I retwisted last month, and like a week or two later, didn't look like I did much at all. So I even wonder, is it worth it even to retwist it now? I am a whole year and a half locked right now, but it feels like it has no purpose. Like it stays clean, of course, it looks great, but it doesn't last. And also because I haven't been using gel, which is also another factor. But when you get more mature in your lock stages, you don't need to retwist very often, because when you retwist very often, you tend to weaken the lock, you tend to thin out the lock, and you definitely don't want to do that. You want to give your hair optimal time to grow and to thicken up and just grow in its more organic state. So for me, I try to retwist every maybe 2 to 3 months. I know that's a far stretch for a lot of you guys, but you know, to each his own. So if you have a different time that you go according to, definitely let us know down below. Me, I only do this because my hair, I feel like it looks thicker when I have my, you know, roots grown out and it's not freshly retwisted, and also because it just takes a whole lot, and it doesn't last in my hair because I'm not using gel. But anyway, guys, let this person know how often you retwist your hair down below. Can I wash my dreads? Guys, so I definitely just answered this question, but I'll say it again. Wash your hair. Don't listen to anyone that says you cannot wash your hair. In the beginning stages, when you have either comb coils or 2-strand twists, you might feel a little apprehensive in washing your hair. You don't want it to you know, you don't want your 2-strand twists to unravel, and you don't want your comb coils to unravel. You want to keep everything neat and taut. But there are methods that you can use in order to wash your hair and keep the pattern of the 2-strand twist or the comb coil or the braids intact. And I did talk about this in a previous video, but you can simply cut a stocking cap, cut the head of the cut the base of the stocking cap, you know, cut the little legs off, and take that, knot it on top, and use that to wash your hair without having to do this on your scalp. You actually have a barrier, the barrier of the stocking cap, to keep your hair in place so that you can get to the roots, which is really where you want to touch anyway when you shampoo your hair. So definitely don't be afraid of washing your hair, because water will definitely help you to dread. Your hair will lock even faster if you wash your hair. I realized as soon as I hit like 2 to 3 weeks, I was washing my hair in the beginning stages, and I feel like that really sped up my process even more. A lot of people was like, you know, asking me, wow, how does your hair grow in locks so quickly? And I can only say it's because I've washed my hair very, very, very often. Every time I wash my hair, I would see like my hair bud, and like, if you don't know what bud is, your hair would clump in different areas, showing that the hair is beginning to mature into an actual locks.